Today we're presenting the Parweld XR940A powered air respirator for welding applications. It's a battery powered filter unit combined with a large view welding and grinding helmet. It's designed to protect the welder from particulate contamination in the welding environment. So we're going to get it out of the box now and have a look at the product in a bit more detail. So this is the unit out of the box now. As you can see, it comes in its own carry bag, quite a nice strong carry bag, and there's a position on the front of the bag where you can add your name or your clock number so you can identify the unit as your own within the obviously factory environment. So we'll open the bag up now and have a look at what we've got inside. So we've got everything out of the bag now, as you can see here, all laid out on the table. So we've got the blower unit here with the comfort belt, all important instruction manual, air hose which links the blower with the helmet, universal charger. You can see here it's got a variety of pins, configuration to suit different markets. There's been a UK, European and so on. The battery unit, this is a Samsung battery unit, and will give a run time of 11 hours on low speed or up to 9 hours on the high speed, so it covers a full shift. The welding helmet itself, the larger welding helmet, it has its own dust bag as well. You can see large view here, and has additional functions on the side, so you can use it in grinding mode as well. But what we're going to do now is going to do a bit more detail on the blower unit and the particular features on the blower unit. So here we've got the blower unit. It's mounted onto a comfort belt. The comfort belt is adjustable. It has a quick release buckle. You can adjust it up to 15 inches waist size, which is just over 1.2 meters. And just to allow you to position the unit in a really nice position on your back, you got some additional braces here, which just keeps it in a nice position on your back. You can detach those braces if need be as well. On the front of the unit, you've got a small display panel here which displays the key functions: the fan speed, low airflow warning, low battery warning and block filter warning, an on-off switch, and then the filter holder here. If you open the filter holder out, inside here we've got the main P3 filter and two additional items here. We've got a spark trap and then an activated carbon pre-filter. Obviously the spark trap acts to just prevent any large sparks or anything coming through and damaging the filter medium. The activated carbon filter again reduces the amount of debris coming into the large filter, but because it's activated carbon, it helps reduce odors, so it makes a more pleasant breathing environment for the user. The main filter, this is a TH3P filter. That gives up to 48 times protection level, a significantly higher protection level than you would get with a TH2 filter by a factor of 4. So it's 4 times more efficient than a TH2 filter. So if you're comparing this unit with other units on the market, just have a look at the standard of filtering that they're offering to see if it's comparable. So the main filter just drops into the housing here and then clips into the unit there. The battery mounts onto the bottom of the unit. As I mentioned before, it's a Samsung based battery, Samsung cells. The unit just clips into the bottom. It's got its own charging port, so you can actually charge. If you've got more than one battery, you can charge it off the unit. You don't have to have it connected to the unit to be able to charge it. Again, this just clips in to the base. Before you first use it, you should charge it for 3 hours just to make sure it's fully charged. So that's in, and then the only control we've got is the on-off button. If I press and hold this for a couple of seconds, the unit will power up. It'll do a small self-test and settle down into its running mode. So I can just demonstrate that now. You notice you've got the bleep and there's an actual vibration there. And now the unit's running in its lower airflow level, which is 170 litres per minute. The expected run time at that level is around about 11 hours. If I press and hold the on button again, I can step it up to the high speed setting, which is around about 120 litres per minute and a run time around about 9 hours. To switch the unit off again, I simply press and hold and the unit powers down. Simple as that. Once we've got everything assembled, we'll look at the additional features there in terms of the low airflow and low battery warning. So we're just going to have a detailed look at the welding helmet. As mentioned before, it's a large view welding helmet, which makes it more suitable for use when you are grinding as well, that you've got a larger viewing area. And it has a true color lens, so the colors of your weld and the controls on your machine will appear more realistic. There's 4 sensors in each corner of the unit, which make it really good for TIG welding, and it will operate down to about 10 amps with TIG operation. On the side of the unit here, you've got all the main controls. You've got your main shade adjustment here in the center and a selector switch. You can select either a shade range of 5 to 9 or 9 to 13. So you're quite fine control on what shade level you require by the combination of 2 switches. You've got here adjustable sensitivity. Sensitivity is how sensitive the helmet is to the changes in the light level. And normally you just keep it on the high sensitivity level, but if you've got a particularly bright environment, or maybe you've got somebody welding close by to you, you may want to reduce the sensitivity so you don't get the helmet false triggering or flickering before you're actually ready to weld yourself. And then on the other side here, we've got a delay function. The delay function is how long it takes for the helmet to clear at the end of the weld. If you're heavy welding, you've got quite a large afterglow, which can produce a little bit of glare. You would increase the delay, which just gives you that extra bit of time for the afterglow to die down before your helmet comes back to the light state. And then finally, you've got the grind switch here, weld and grind switch. When you put it in the grind mode, it locks it in the clear state. So without removing your helmet, you can perform grinding operations. Then you can flick it back to the weld mode and carry on with your welding operations. So if we turn the helmet over now, you can see inside it's fully rigged up to use with the respirator. You've got the air duct coming in here that connects to the blower unit and feeds filtered air into the front of the face and down over the face, and effectively pressurizes the inside of the helmet with clean filtered air. You've got a face seal here that fits round and over the head. It's adjustable for the size and of your face by the draw cord. Once you've got it adjusted correctly, you don't need to keep undoing that. There's a D-ring here that allows you just to stretch it forward to slip it on and off over the front of your face. The headband is a multi-point adjustable headband. You've got a padded foam forehead band there, lovely and flexible and soft. 2 overhead bands. Again, these are very soft and fully adjustable for length, so you can distribute the weight very evenly over your head. On the back, again, swivel mounted, a tensioner mechanism with a nice soft pad, which makes it a really comfortable helmet to wear. On the side, the mechanism adjusts for rake, which is how low the helmet comes down when you're wearing it, how close to your chest. And you can also adjust it fore and aft on the headband. So if you're wearing spectacles, you might want to move the helmet slightly further forward relative to your head, so you've got room for your spectacles. So you can do all that with this multi-point harness. So we're going to rig this up to the blower unit now, and you can see everything working together. So we're going to connect the two bits of the unit together and run through some tests. So I've got the flexible hose here. It has a flame retardant covering on it to help protect it in the work environment, and it's a simple bayonet connection onto the blower, and the same thing onto the helmet. Simple push and twist to lock. Start the unit up, just press and hold for a couple of seconds, get a self-test, and then it goes into the running mode. Obviously, as we saw before, there's some additional warning lights on the unit, and I'll just demonstrate how those work. The first one being the blocked filter. So I'm going to simulate the filter being blocked by pasting our instruction manual there over the filter, and what you'll hear is gradually the motor will start to speed up to try and compensate for the loss of airflow. And you can hear it now, it's speeding up, it's just trying to compensate for the loss of airflow, and eventually it'll get to the point that it can't go any faster and it will throw up the block filter light. So it's warning now that I've got a blocked filter. You've got an audible bleep, and the unit will start to vibrate as well. So you can feel that on your back, obviously vibrating, even if you can't hear the sound. If I remove the obstruction, the unit will come back down to its normal operating speed, and the warning should go off. There we go. So it's come back to its normal conditions. Obviously, that was just a demonstration. If it truly was a blocked filter, you need to remove yourself from the working area and replace the filter before re-entering the working area. So if I just take the connector off the helmet here now, I can now simulate the effect of a restriction in airflow. Maybe there's something blocked in the helmet, you've got some debris blocking the air duct, or somebody's crushed the hose, so the hose is restricted. So I'm going to partially cover the end of the hose here, and you can hear the motor speeding up. It's trying to compensate for the reduced airflow. And now it's indicating we've got an airflow issue. We've got the red warning light on, the audible bleep, and the unit's vibrating as well. If I remove the restriction there, the unit slows down again, back to its normal operating speed. Again, in a working environment, you need to come out of the contaminated area, deal with the issue, whatever it is, before returning back into the work area. Then to just switch the unit off, I just need to press and hold the off button for a couple of seconds. There we go, powered down. Simple as that. So now I'm just going to put the unit on, just show you how easy it is to wear the unit. So I've got the optional braces on here at the moment, which makes it a lot easier to put on. Just sling the straps through like that, and then you can bring round the waist strap, clip that into place, drop the helmet on, adjust your waistband, and say pull the hood over and adjust it there. And then if I just turn around, you can see it's really easy to locate the on-off switch because of this sloping platform here, and it's away we go. switch off again.